What's up, my fabulous love bug goodies? Welcome back to your girl channel, How to Cook. Now your girl is here to deliver, right? Now I'm going to make you another requested recipe, how to make Jamaican blue jars Dukunu in a kitchen, fast, easy and simple. Now your girl is going to turn it up using foil paper and banana leaves, just as you requested. Now if you're here watching me cooking for your very first time, be sure that you have subscribed. If you have not already subscribed, feel free to do so and turn on those post notification settings so you will always be reminded whenever your girl upload a brand new video. Now let's get started.
You don't remember where you're coming from. You don't remember where you're coming from. Rastafari, why you turn your back on your brother when him need you? You don't remember the days when him feed you. You know when no obligation but to owe him some respect. All you need to do is just give him wine to get turn your back on your brother.
Okay, goodies, I'm going to walk you right through the recipe step by step, and if you're doing this for your very first time, you definitely will get this one right. Now, your girl is going to use fresh coconut for this recipe. This is probably a medium-sized coconut, and I did buy it from my local farmer's market. All the ingredients that I'm using here, the main event, is from your farmer's market. You cannot skip the coconut process. You might be able to use the canned one and it will work just fine. Don't use the powdered or anything else. The can or the fresh coconut. Now I am using my Jamaican sweet potato. Do not substitute for yams. Do not substitute for the Chinese kind of a sweet potato. You need the Jamaican sweet potato to make this recipe. That is what you're going to need. And I think I did use maybe about 2 pounds of the sweet potato to the recipe, right? So you need to use the Jamaican sweet potato. Now in addition to that, right, so you need cassava. Otherwise you could, it's called yoka, right? So some people call it yoka, but we in Jamaica, my mama, we used to call it cassava. Now the cassava, it has a nice little texture on the inside and have a thick layer of skin on the outside. So once you take that thick layer of skin off, you're going to find that nice little veggie in the middle. So that is what you need to get the recipe started. Now in addition to all of that, you need cornmeal, because you cannot make your blue jars without cornmeal. Now the cornmeal that I choose to use is refined cornmeal. I like my cornmeal nicely refined, right? Use any brand. Please don't ask what kind of brand of cornmeal that I am using. Use any kind of refined cornmeal you can find on the shelf. Cornmeal is cornmeal. They are all the same. The name might be different, but they are all the same. I'm also adding to it my sweetener. My sweetener of choice is some brown sugar, brown cane sugar. That is what I'm using, and it cannot be substituted with white sugar, granulated sugar. Do not use it. That is not blue jars, right? So that is white jars. We don't need that. In addition to that, I'm going to add some raisins. Raisins are sometimes optional when you're making blue jars, but it does give it a nice little taste. Every time you bite a piece of the blue jars, it comes up with a couple of raisins in it, and that's what I like. So go ahead and grab some raisins. Whatever kind of raisins you have, go ahead and grab that, right? Now, right here, this is extremely optional. This is my coconut flakes, unsweetened coconut flakes. Now you can also add that coconut after your grater or blend the coconut. You could add it into the mixture, but however, I love to do this. Just add some unsweetened coconut flakes to it. It gives it a really good taste. Yes. Now you cannot skip any of this goodie. You need it to make the thing turn up, right? Because the flavor we are talking about, it has to have flavor. So you're going to go in with your nutmeg, and of course you're going to add the combination of cinnamon powder to it, because you cannot skip or substitute that cinnamon powder. You definitely need salt, because salt goes on almost everything, because you need that added flavor. And of course you'll need your vanilla, right? You're gonna need that. And all the amount for the recipe will be listed down in the description. Now let's talk about our banana leaf. You have two types of banana leaves. You have your banana tree leaves that you get your fruits from, and then you have your banana plant that does not grow any banana. It's just decoration style, and a lot of people use it for different things. However, I am going to be using my banana tree leaves because that is what Mama used to use when she was making her Dukunu when I was growing up as a kid. So I bought my banana tree leaves inside of my International Farmers Market here in DeKalb County in Georgia. That's where I buy mine. It wasn't really expensive. I probably paid about $7 for a nice little container of it. Now I have to let you know that strip right there is what Mama used to use to tie up our Dukunu when she get ready to put it inside of the banana leaf, fold it and boil it. Those strings are extremely strong, and once you tie up a Dukunu with it now gonna burst in the heat. It's gonna hold the leaves together and it will bind it, and the thing coming like magic. It's not gonna break. But your girl is not gonna go this route today. I am going to be using some cord, and the cord that I'm using, I'm going to use for the recipe. I bought that inside of a dollar store. It was only $1. So, but if you don't want to go that route, you could go this route. If you don't want to go this route, go the route of the cord, because it works just fine, right? As long as you get your Dukunu to tie up real tight and nice, you will be a-okay, right? A-okay. Just make sure that you follow all my steps and you will be great. This is the card that I'm using right here that I told you prior, and that's $1 inside of your dollar store, and it's going to work just fine. Now you wanted me to make the Dukunu also in the file paper, and your girl will go take one stone and kill two birds, right? So you will be getting both today. Now to get your Dukunu started, right? The very first thing we are going to do is get your coconut, and you're going to either blend it or grate it. Your girl is going to be blending today because ain't nothing going to cut finger and cut up today. So I went ahead and blended it, and I did get 3 cups of the coconut milk from the coconut that I use, right? So we're going to use up them 3 cups of coconut to the thing. What I did, I went ahead and cut up the sweet potato, and I cut up my cassava, or you could call it yuca, right? So I went in and just cut them up into sizes that I could put in my blender without my blender falling apart, right? So that you want to do, and you could grate it as well. Just grate it if you want to grate it. So I went in and transferred it into the blender, as you can see I'm doing right here, and then I went in and I added 2 cups of the coconut milk to the blender and blend it away. You want to blend until nice and smooth, right? When I was done with that, it was time to combine, mix and go. So I went ahead and added my cornmeal, my salt, cinnamon powder, and then I added the NUTEGG to the mix. After that, I add the sugar, the cane sugar to it, and then the raisins, right? And of course I added the coconut flakes because I love coconut flakes. Right there you could have added the coconut flakes from the fresh coconut, right? Whether you the grated or blended, go ahead and add it and combine it just like I'm doing here. You don't have to use the unsweetened coconut flakes like I did. Went ahead, mix it all in until it was nice and combined, and then I added what I had in the blender into the mix, right? So you go ahead and you mix that all in. So remember that is 2 cups of the coconut milk right there. Now I have to explain something nice and clear. A lot of people like them Dukunu extremely firm. Remember, when cornmeal hits water, it expands, it gets bigger. If your Dukunu doesn't have, you don't want your Dukunu watery when you put it in the banana leaf, but you want to make sure that it's not too thick, because when it starts to cook, when it's done, it's going to be very dry to the texture on the inside. So you want to make sure that it has some kind of a liquid to expand when it's cooking time. Now after I got done combining that, right, I went in and add the extra 1 cup of the coconut milk that I had left over from that 3 cups. So that is 3 cups total. Then I added my vanilla to it and combined all that together. And it was smelling oh so good already. As you can see, all the texture is right there. It is not too firm and it's definitely not watery because I want to make sure that the cornmeal has room to expand. If that makes any sense, right? Cornmeal has room to expand. Make sure that you give it a nice little taste test to make sure that if you need anything, vanilla, salt, sugar, just make it your own, right? We could even add more sugar if you want to. Now the pot that I'm using is a massive kind of a pot because I want to make sure that my pot is big and ready to cook my thing. I did add about a tablespoon of salt into the water to get the water flavor as well. Now moving right along, I went ahead and got my banana leaves nicely clean, get them washed under some nice cold running water, and cut them into my desired pieces that I needed to make my dukunu. Now, before you move any further, your banana leaf has to be parched or poached or whatever you want to call it. Just like mommy said, make sure you say parch your banana leaf now. You have to do this step and you cannot skip this step because when you fold the banana leaves after you put your dukunu in the middle, it's going to fall apart and it's going to bend and it's going to break. The heat is going to texturize the banana leaf so the banana leaf becomes very flexible and it can bend in any direction you want to bend it in. So do not skip this step. If you don't want to go this step, you could also do it using hot water. Get some hot boiling water and just dip it into the hot boiling water and it is going to texturize, meaning soften up the banana leaf so you could bend and fold in any kind of shape and form where you like to make your dukunos in, right? But goodie, do not skip this step. And my stove is an electric stove, so it's flat, but you could use any kind of heat of your choice, just as long as you do not skip this step, because this step right here is critical to your dukunu, right? Alright, now, so after me get said and done and that been sitting here waiting, that is what the cornmeal looks like. It's nicely combined and it's ready to go inside of the dukunu. I did let it sit for about 30 minutes before I started to do anything with it. Now, my dukunu is ready to go. The first thing you want to do is get your well-ready banana leaves that has been poached. Make sure you do that. And you want to place the liquid, right? Place your cornmeal and stuff inside. I'm going to use my cord for this, but you could also use the fringe from the banana leaf. But I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use card for the recipe. Now, cut off your desired piece because you're going to need a nice little piece to go back, forth, and forth. And go there, don't worry yourself. I'm going to show you everything. Everything all set and all ready to go, right? You're going to say, oh, I'm going to do this thing. No, this is how it go. Get your banana leaf and you put the mixture in the middle, in the center of the banana leaf and start folding it. Do not overfold. That means do not make it too tight that everything will fall apart, right? Go ahead and fold both ends of the banana leaf, right? Make sure it's folded again, not too tight. Then you get your string. I'm using a cord. But if you're not using the cord, you're going to use that fringe from the banana leaf itself. But I love using this. I love using that. You will ever make you feel comfortable. Your kitchen. Make sure though that you tie it really tight though. Don't fold it tight, but you're going tight enough, because you don't want, when you put it into the boiling water, it starts to fall apart inside. That means everything from inside of the banana leaf is going to just start pouring out into the pot itself, and you don't want that. Make sure that your water is really hot, boiling water, so that way your dukunu not fall apart when it hits the hot water, right? It's perfect like that, not over the tight. And let me show you again, because I wanted to get this thing right, perfect, right? You put it in the middle and then you fold it, and don't fold it too tight. Then you fold both ends and trap in that mixture in the middle of the banana leaf. Then you take your string and start to tie the thing. You have different ways you could tie it. But I'm going to show you this way, and then later on I'm going to show you another way, or to make it even easier for tight, right? But basically you just want to just go in and tie it nice and tight. Hold the banana leaf nice and tight, so that way, once again, your thing will fall apart once it hits the hot boiling water. Now, it's easy and simple, but once you follow my directions, you are going to be just fine. Now, you wanted me to show you how to do the file paper, right? And you're going to do both ways. Now, you rip off your file paper and you fold both ends for extra security, to secure the thing in the middle. Just like a banana leaf, you pour it into the middle of the foil paper. You can even spray some spray upon it or cooking oil or whatever, but I didn't do all of that. But just go ahead and you fold it just like you do the banana leaf, but you want to make sure that you secure the ends of the foil so that way it locks in, just like you do the banana leaves. You fold both ends nice and tight, and make sure that you fold it at least 4 times, 4 times, 5 times, but make sure you fold it nice and tight at both ends. And that is how you do it when you want to do it in the foil paper, right? Once again, I'm going to show you this again, because twice goody, at 2 times I show it, you know, so you can't get it wrong. You can't ever say you mess up this thing this time around. You go ahead and rip your foil paper off, you fold both ends, put your mixture in the middle of the foil paper and fold it nice and not too tight. Then you go ahead and bend both ends of the foil paper at least probably 4 or 5 times, depending on how big the Dukunu is, how big you plan on making it. And that's it, right? Foil paper, right? That's all. Yeah, easy for me. Now I'm going to go back again, goody, and I'm going to show you another one. This is the last one may show you, because goody, I want you to forget the thing perfect this time. This trick, this method, this is the easy way to overdo it. You do the same thing. You get your banana leaf and you put the mixture in the middle and you fold it, right? Bend both ends again, just like that. Make sure it's bended nicely and you turn it down. This time you're going to put the string underneath method and tie a knot on top, turn it over and bring it across and knot it again. So this is also another way. If this way work for you, to make sure your thing nice and tight, you use this method as well. It works pretty good, just like the method I showed you before. But at the end of the day, you want to make sure this thing is nice and secure on the inside. So why? That way it doesn't fall apart when it hits the hot boiling water. Alright, so we are all set and we are all ready to go. Our foil and our banana leaf is ready. Now here is my pot right there. So, and the pot, remember, add some salt to it because you want it to have flavor. Go ahead and you put your Dukunu in the hot boiling water only, because you want to make sure that this thing starts to harden immediately when it touches the water, right? Because you don't want it to fall apart. If your water is not perfectly hot, your Dukunu will look like cornmeal porridge, right? And when I make cornmeal porridge, we are make Dukunu, Jamaican Dukunu blue jars, and that we are make. Now, I did put the ones that I made in the foil paper, I did put it on top. So you want to put the banana leaf in the bottom and the foil on top. Cover it up and allow it to cook for 45 minutes. Now, if you're still here watching me cooking these blue jars, make sure that you have subscribed. If you have not subscribed, feel free to do so and turn on your post notification settings, right? Now, I always have nice recipe up here, good recipe, and I'm always fast and easy to follow. Anybody can do them, even beginners, right? If you don't see what you want, ask me, I'm not gonna do it. Now, while you're here and still hear me rumbling, make sure to subscribe to my channel, Life by Juliana. I have inspirational videos, Dollar Tree DIYs, vlogs, and more. Even chit chat, story time, and them thing there. All of my vegan goodies, go ahead and subscribe over there. There is no more vegan recipes on this channel. Make sure you subscribe. That's all, and show your girl some love. L-O-V-E, love, and I'm waiting. Love you guys so much. Now, my Dukunu blue jars is all done. 45 minutes later, these things are ready to go. Now, as you requested, Dukunu in the banana leaf and Dukunu in the file paper. It is all ready to go. All ready to go and all set. I'll go ahead, I'm going to shut the fire off. I'm going to put them on a plate. And of course, your girl, I have to show you what they look like on the inside. The difference between the foil and the banana leaf. And I'm going to give you my honest opinion on both methods and the one that I like the most. And the flavor is going to be the same, but the texture I'm sure is going to be different. So let's start with the banana leaves first. Because I already know what it's going to look like on the inside. But let's see. Let's see what's going to happen here. Now we see how the Dukunu is in the middle, right? That banana leaf gives it the same color of the leaf. It's nice and moist and soft, juicy, and succulent. Look at that. That is perfect. Perfect. And the cornmeal that I use is refined cornmeal, so it makes it nice and soft. Not too hard. If you put less coconut, it's going to be more dense. That is the texture that you will have right there. Perfect. Perfection. Full of flavor and to the core goodness. Now, let me check what the foil look like, right? And it's still hot here, y'all. Now, once you open it, you could see the color right there is almost the same as the blue jars, but a little different color, and the texture is definitely different. It is more dense for sure. It's not as moist as it is in the banana leaf, but overall it is still good, it's still tasty, and it is still delicious. Now guys, there you have it. We are all done here. I'm hoping to get it right this time, right? Make sure that you are sharing the love with your friends and your family and neighbors, and everybody here wants you to go ahead and share, because the girl is not selfish. Now make sure that you subscribe and tell me what you like to have me cooking next in my kitchen. And remember, as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy!